For sure. So the other benefits of our approach really to the model throughout its lifespan has been our just-in-time approach to almost every piece of it. So I'll speak to something that's extremely important from our side was cash flow. And I mentioned that a little bit earlier, but it was the finance side of it. So one of the things that this sort of approach allows us to do, instead of just handing over a stack of designs, construction prints, was to funnel the build out in such a way that we were going to optimize revenue. So instead of just doing all the underground first and then coming and putting fiber in and then doing strand and then putting fiber in and then bringing splicing crews in, we actually optimized the whole process. So we were turning routes over 100% complete so that we could then turn it over to our tenant. They could light it up and start knocking on doors, consuming new customers, all bringing revenue back around to the utility that was spending capital. So from my standpoint, that was one of the major risk mitigators, was for us to have this financial model that was ginormous. And we were looking down to monthly revenue levels against our monthly spend, and it changes the game on how you handle your financing and your treasury. So from my standpoint, that was the big win. And the other one, as Jeff from Broadband Group touched on, which was materials management. So we need hundreds of thousands of widgets and, ridiculous mileage of fiber. So we had to warehouse this stuff somewhere, and it transitioned throughout the United States. From the manufacturer knew when they needed to get it on the trucks, distributor knew when they needed to have it in the warehouse, and it was all flowing to Springfield at a pace that we could manage it, right? And so then materials controlling process was another mitigating factor, so that we didn't spend all this money day one and then have to spend 2+3 years consuming that with money spent. We're spending money with our partners and our vendors at a rate we could all manage. So yeah, those were the two kind of big components from a mitigating aspect.
Yeah,